Hey Blueberrynos, are you ready to make this together? It's our newest kit and I can't wait to show you how. Come on in, let's have fun with flowers. So I've been really excited to work with this basket again. We worked with it in design school early in the spring and I couldn't wait to make something else with it. Now this is the medium size and we're gonna have this all together in a kit so you can buy the whole project in a kit and make it really super simple. And because I know I'll want to change this out for different seasons, I'm using a block of foam that I'm not going to glue in. But if you want to make it where it's a final piece and that you can sell it later, or you're going to use it for a while, then you'll resell it, then what you want to do is glue that in so it's very permanent. That's the only thing that doesn't come in the kit. You'll have to grab your own foam, but you'll get all the flowers and all the supplies you need here. I'm going to start out with the greenery. So that is these two right here, these longer pieces. Now, if you've never made a centerpiece before, don't worry. It is not as hard as it looks, especially when you start with a really super cute container and you got some gorgeous florals like we've got here for you today. So what I want to do is I'm going to break these apart to kind of get started. And I want to think about my height in this design. Where am I going to go with the direction? That is the stuff I teach in design school every week, so our students can really learn how to create beautiful designs on their own. So I'm going to start with a little height in the center. And I got my glue skillet off to the side here. And I can go ahead and start by putting a little of that in. So I'm going to start right up the middle. Okay, and get a little height created. And then I'll take a couple of the smaller pieces and we'll kind of work from the center out. And oh, look how pretty already. We just got a little bit in. This is like the perfect greenery for this container because it's got that deep brown throat and those leaves. It's a lot of times the little details that you get when you're putting a piece together. It's amazing how it can make a difference. And you guys, wherever you're watching this video, make sure you like, subscribe, you follow us so that you won't miss more wreath making floral design videos, because I am always teaching you. And then when you're ready to move on to the next level, we'd love to have you in design school where I break it down step by step so you can use the tips and tricks, but then you can learn the principles that we're working with. So you too can make beautiful things every week. Okay, I'm doing what we call shaking hands, and that means I'm taking my pick and breaking it up and spreading it out. That's what I'm doing right here. Because we try to sell high quality materials and we want to make sure we can manipulate them and like move the wires around. So important. So we can make them look jazzy. And you're going to want to get on our text list and or our email list, because on those you won't miss when a new video comes out. So today, depending where you're watching this video, it is live some places, but other places it's going to be recorded and presented in an edited video. So you won't miss one if you're on our list. So go to textkelea.com. That's textkelea.com. I'm going to add a little more height back here. Because of the way the container works, I mean, we want to maximize that. We want to work the height in the back. And I love breaking the plane. Like I teach that in design school. We're talking about overlapping, letting things feel more organic and not such a formal placement. That's kind of my niche and specialty. So you're going to see me do that all the time. All right, let's put a little more, I think, right in the front. I'm loving this chartreuse green in here. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay, that alone is really pretty and organic looking. And now we're going to start to add the pansies in. So I've got the pansy picks. And these are also going to come in your kit for this. And I'm going to break these up into 2 pieces. You could do 3 if you want, but I'm going to stick with 2. So we're going to do that first. Start to break these down. And these have this silver dollar eucalyptus, and then they have this long leaf eucalyptus, which I love that, and we can really utilize that. And you want to pull these pansies up front. Start to put them in. Okay, so here's a couple coming, and I'm going to open up the silver dollar. And I got a little bit of a grass in here. Mixed sprays are so fun to use because of all the value you get in them and so much going on. So let's kind of rotate this around a little, and I'm going to bring a little to the back here, especially this one that has the longer leaf, because I want it to be able to kind of break the plane. Now, if it breaks the plane too much and it comes basically overlapping way too much, no worries, trim it down a little and just come in and put it in the foam right near the edge. So I kind of have to reach through the little bit of the willow there, but see how cute that looks coming out? I love that. All right, and then I'm going to take the more flowery part and kind of have it go right underneath it. So we're just kind of breaking down the spray to use all in one section. You guys, it has been a crazy week around here where we have been running wild with the kiddos. And when I say the kiddos, that's because I'm helping kind of semi-chaperone the tennis team at most tournaments that I'm going to. And so, you know, investing time into each child, even though they're not my kids, but I can see some of their parents can't make it to the games, and I understand. I've been that way in the past where I couldn't get there. So how just that little bit of attention that they get, just knowing their name, like when you know their name and they don't realize you know them and you're rooting for them, they lighten up. Like their faces get so excited and they're so happy that you're there rooting for them. And so I really made more of an investment in those kids, and not just my own, of course, she's number one, but I've enjoyed kind of getting to know them. And I got a little taste of that last year during tennis season, but I really have embraced it more. And it's just so sweet when they get that little bit of attention. And it's just like us out on social media, that when we just get a little bit of action or we get another little sale, how kind of excited we get. And it just takes so little to motivate us when you feel like you're hustling, but you're not getting, the results you want. So just know, you guys, I'm always rooting for you too in your handmade businesses, and that just use any little spark to help bloom your creativity out more and more. And know that if you could give a little attention to a creator that you like or someone you watch online, it could be even just a comedian or somebody who sings, a musician, or maybe you go to your local high school and you watch a soccer game and you root on those kids. Whatever it is, you'll be directed in your life what way to go. But if you'll embrace those moments, I tell you what, you get back so much when you just give just a little time and attention. It's amazing. Oh, look how pretty. So we're just working our way around. We've got one more, and I'm going to put the last pansy back kind of in the back here on that side. So just kind of making it shorter and letting those blooms pop out. And then we're going to get down to putting our next bush in. We got to do this first. But it sure is filling me up, giving other people's kids attention. And they're not even BFFs with my daughter or anything. It's just, I could see that they were loving a little bit, Miss Newhouse, and you know my name, I know your name. It's that simple. It really is that simple. And sometimes I can't watch them play their whole game, but I can say, how did it go? Like, were you excited? It's kind of that way for our design school students when they go do a craft show, or they have a big win, they sell on Etsy, or maybe they get to do their daughter's wedding, whatever it is. I love to hear about it and root them on too, because we can all celebrate those victories, whatever they are. All right, I'm going to rotate it around. We're going to come around the back, and now we're going to put this pick here. So that's the main key I'm doing, is we just got to break it down a little smaller. And I wanted to poke out some, but not too far. It's a little tricky, but if you just come from the front and kind of support your pieces as they go in. And listen, my foam's wiggling around because remember, I don't want to make it permanent in here. But if your foam is stuck in there a little bit more, you won't have to worry quite as much. I'm going to put one here. Now, you could make it outside of the container and then put it in, but I think I like to know where all my little openings are here going to be when they fall into the design. This is just so stinking pretty. You could also make this, guys. I'm always coming up with other ideas. You could leave a little spot open and pop you a little battery operated candle so it would not be flammable, but right there in the center, how cute would that be? I love that. So we're just filling this all in around. Our next step is going to be to put in our allium. And I love using this bush because it creates these little balls. And you know how much I love like moss balls and little chunks of moss and different heights in our arrangements. That's what this is going to do. It's going to create some depth, and it's going to be adorable. Now let me show you these. Now with these, they have this plasticky looking leaf, but if you just push it up by the head, it's so cute. And so just go ahead and push them all up and make these cute little poofs of lovey goodness. I'm just addicted to this bush. It comes in several colors. I think this is called the purple one, but it'll be in your kit irregardless. You won't have to worry about what color. But look how poofy they are. Ooh, they're so fun. All right, they don't need to be long. We're going to use these tight to the base, so it'll be a lot of fun. We put them in, so I'm going to cut them kind of short. We might have to trim them some more, but we're going to get them started. Trim them down a little, and I can't wait to make these little pops of dimension in here. Okay, so let's start. We know this is the front of our design, so I'm going to start with kind of telling a story with these up at the front. Every time I'm making a design, there's fillers, there's main florals, there are the filler flowers, all of that stuff you learn in design school, how to use it properly. And one of the other things I love to teach is using lines in your designs. And how do I create movement by using those lines? So right here, we're going to start with our first one. It's going to be tight to the base. So all of a sudden, you have, oh, wow, that's so cool because it's tight. And then we've got height and length behind that. Now I'm going to come a little bit further behind it. And we're going to do another one that kind of starts up a little higher. I'm going to move back in here. And we're just going right into the foam. So a little bit higher. So I'm kind of riding up. And now I'm going to go a little bit tighter to that main one I just put in. And try not to get glue strings everywhere, but you can always go back and get them. So now I went high, and I'm going to put one right in the middle. So I've got to trim this one just a little bit. So you can kind of see we've got a cluster going higher and then one lower. Just right there, I got all three together. So that kind of flows into each other. Now I'm going to work my way down over here to the side. And we're going to put a couple low over here. I don't have to use these all in threes. I can use them in twos. Or I can let one kind of do double duty. So you can see how pretty that's looking. Let's come around the back. Put a couple right here. So what this is doing is it's allowing the eye to go high and low and move around in a design, and all of a sudden you have depth. And I'm always preaching to design school about depth and dimension means more, a higher price and a better quality design when you all get done with it. And sometimes that depth can be created by coming off the base, and sometimes it's created by staying low to the base. So I'm going to pull this little eucalyptus over here, and we're going to make one more little cluster right in there. And I totally love this, guys. This is turning out so cute. And these fill up a lot of real estate, and I always like that because they can tuck in. I'm going to bring this eucalyptus down a little here because I like our fancy greenery running through the middle. And it's got some cute little succulents and little spiky flowers. Uh-oh, I pushed this one off too far. Let me put it back on. Sometimes I get overexcited. All right, I'm going to put this one back on. Well, I hope this week, next week, when you have time, you find someone you could build up in your community, your social circle. How could you invest in them like I did these sweet old kids at the tennis tournament? It could be as simple as doing something, asking about somebody's day, engaging with someone, doing a little extra for them that they weren't expecting. Absolutely It's a pleasure, and you know what? It actually fills your heart more than it even does theirs when you see how happy they are. It's that simple. Well, here it is. I hope you want to come and make this with us. I love doing these projects with you guys, and I know you can do it too. Just ask for the link for the kit, and we'll get it here in the comments, and then we'll be happy to show you how to make it. All right, when you're ready, come join us in design school, because I'd love to meet you and root for you in your floral journey. And I can't wait to see you next time here on the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow, because we've got plenty of more projects just like this, and I can't wait for you to come join us in design school.